Hello everyone, this is Akash Chauhan and I'm going to teach you object-oriented programming with C++ in this semester. And from a programmer perspective, it is a very important subject, not just for your theories, but if you do it really well, it can be useful in your career opportunities as well. So I would suggest you guys to learn this subject uh, for your career building, not just to pass any exam. So before when starting this subject or this lecture, I would like to introduce myself a bit. This is Akash Chauhan, and presently I'm working as an assistant professor in Graphic at Hill University, Dehradun campus. And it has been more than a year here. And before joining this college or even the education field, I worked as a senior software engineer in IT industry for around 4.5 years. And in those 4.5 years, I worked the 3.5 or 4 years in Japan. Most of my IT career, I spent my time in Japan, and so that's why I'm saying that this subject can be a good foundation for your future career. And that's why I asked you and suggest you to do it really well. And I hope we can have the interactive sessions. So it would be very interesting for you guys to learn this subject. And so without any further ado, let's start. And in this very first lecture, actually this is the very first lecture. So my focus will not be in the very first lecture. My focus will be on why we use C++, what kind of softwares we can create, what are the opportunities if you have really good C++ skills, um, and what are those famous giant companies that actually they are looking for C++ developers. And because before starting any subject, you must be aware about the opportunities that you can get out of that subject. Okay, because of that subject, you can build your skills, and those skills can help you to give you a good foundation for your career. So let's start. Okay, so uh, sorry to interrupt you. I think let's discuss what kind of content we have to cover in this uh, semester. Okay, so let's look at the syllabus or the content what we are going to cover for next 6 months. So you will be aware about what are the important skills you will be getting out of this subject. So let's discuss. I'm hoping that now you are able to see the syllabus I have created. So I have given all possible details like how much time it will take to cover this subject, what are those prerequisites, what is the function of lecture and the practicals you are going to take, and also the very important thing, I have given the detail about this book. You can download it over the internet. Even the fourth edition is also over the internet now as well. uh, Earlier there was a problem with this, but now I think fourth edition is also available for the internet free of cost. You can download this PDF, um, or if you like to read books, paper books, so then you can order to other e-commerce platforms. So let's look at the course outcome, and I think you can have a look over the course outcome by each unit, what you are going to learn, what kind of skills you are going to enhance. But I'll give you the glimpse, not in detail, what we are going to discuss actually in the uh, in this semester. So in first unit, we are going to introduce C++ and OOPS. So you will get to know all sorts of things about OOPS and C++, the basic functions, inheritance, operators and all. In second unit, we are going to cover your classes and objects. These are the soul of any object-oriented based programming language. So C++ is an uh, object-oriented programming language. We will also be covering operator overloading in this unit. Third would be inheritance. It is also very important uh, feature of a language where you can reutilize your code uh, that you would learn in the third unit. Polymorphism, it is also a very important unit where you would learn to create many functions of the same names so your code wouldn't be very messy or complicated. The fifth unit is also important because it is going to introduce you STL. This is the main library. If you are looking forward to code very efficiently, then you must use libraries whenever you will be getting this opportunity to work in IT industry. It is very important that you must be aware about the latest feature of the language. STL provides you some good functions that if, for example, if a simple coder is writing 20-line code to solve a problem, you can write just 2 or 3 lines if you are aware about the good libraries. So STL is one of them. So this is about what we are going to cover in this semester, and so let's start our lecture. The importance of C and why we are going to why we need to use C. Okay. Okay. Just wait. Okay. So what our focus will be on this semester? Our focus will be like this is what I have just discussed, what we will study in the course. The course content on the syllabus I have already discussed. The second thing is at the end of the semester, what kind of skills we are going to acquire, okay? Because that is the important thing for all of us. Okay, let's suppose after 6 months, if you are not going to excel any skill, then what is the point of learning this subject? So we are also going to discuss what kind of skills we are going to acquire after this or during this semester. It is very, very important, by the way. Uh, After all, what kind of softwares you can build using C++? Let's suppose if you have a very good C++ knowledge and skills, then what kind of software opportunities that you can build? Uh, and eventually, what kind of jobs are there if you are really good at C++? This is also a very important point because generally, if you are not going for a master program, most of the people go for regular jobs. So it is also very important that you must be aware about what are the opportunities you will get if you are really good at C++. This semester, you must have a good foundation about any OOPS language. In this semester, you have this subject, so I would suggest you do it really, really well. And don't worry, I'm there to help you. Okay, so the previous point it is also very important. The industries and companies are actually looking forward to hire C++ developer. It is also very, very important because you must be aware about where you will end up. Okay, and what are those top software giant companies? If time permits, we will also discuss basics about OOPS and C++ because this is the subject we are going to discuss. Okay, so let's just start. Okay, so at the end of this semester, what kind of skills we will acquire? That is the point, right, for all of us. So we will have a very good foundation on an OOPS-based language. So C++ is such language, right? So we will know that how to work over a OOPS-based language, and you can build a good foundation over that. C++ based software creation, definitely if you have a good skills and good foundation of C++, then you can create softwares by your own, right? Problem solving skills, definitely at the end of the semester, I'm very confident that if you go by the rules or what I'm going to have in the semester for you guys, then you would be having good programming, problem solving skills as well. Along with that, we are going to understand the concept of classes and objects. Then we are going to understand what are the operators and what is the need of operators. Inheritance is a very useful concept of any OOPS-based language. Virtual functions and polymorphism, it is the fourth unit. It is the fifth unit. We will be learning STL. It is very important. So what kind of softwares and the real world application we can create using C++, that is a very important aspect, okay, to learn any language. So in this slide, I'm going to discuss about what are those possibilities that already using C++ in their software. So games, C++ is the major language. So the very famous game Counter-Strike is written using C++. GUI based application, Adobe system is written over on C++. Even the database software MySQL Server is written in C++. In the very famous operating systems, most of the people somehow fall into these two categories, Apple OS and Microsoft OS. They both are written in C++. Browser, Mozilla, Firefox, I believe that you guys are aware about this. Advanced computation and graphic, it is a very good stream if you have a good knowledge of C++. If you want to excel your career, want to make your career in graphics, very great. Unfortunately, I'm not aware about this company that much, Ria System. I heard this name before, but I'm not aware about this. Banking application, Infosys Technicalities are very important and support financial system software provided by Infosys to all major giant companies. It is also written in C++. It is very important. Bloomberg, it is also one of the stock market update or news website that you get. It is also written in C++. It comes into the cloud distribution system category. There are other aspects of building C++ application as well. You can build C compilers, embedded system, very important. They are very straightforward. And if you have a good knowledge about the hardware as well, it is a charm on the cake. Enterprise software libraries, okay? And these things also you can build. Types of C++ jobs. Eventually, you would be doing some great jobs, right? At the end, if you have good C++ skills, then definitely you would be having good career opportunities. So, what kind of jobs are there? So, you can be product developer using C or C++. The concepts are almost same. Just it is OOPS based and that is functional oriented. C is a function oriented and C++ is object oriented. This is a huge difference. Yet simple, but huge difference. Embedded software developer, you can be server side. Okay, so this is for most of my career, I was a server side software developer. Custom C++ application development, yes, upgrading of existing C++ application. Cross-platform C++ application developers, C++ application support. Okay, this last point is you don't get that much salary in that area, but definitely there are some opportunities if you want to work in maintenance or support of any C++ application. Freelance, this is probably the future of industry. I think many of the developers, they choose to work on their own terms. They want to work for a while, they don't want to work for a while, they travel or do something else. This is also a career opportunity. But I would say only those people who are expert, they fall into that category, because it is not that easy that you take a responsibility of a company, that you will handle it and do it in the before the deadline. Top giant companies, this is also very important, that actually hire, they are looking forward to hire C++ developer. Google, yes, Google is one of those giants. Amazon is, some of my friends also are working in Amazon and using C++. Facebook, Samsung R&D, have some colleagues, they are already working in Samsung R&D using C++. Red Hat, Oracle, I have some colleagues, they're using C++. Emphasis, and many more. You can check out those companies by clicking over this link. I have given the link in the PPT. Let's look at, okay, this would be the last topic of today's lecture. What is OOPS and C++? I'll not give too much detail over this today in today's lecture. I'll focus on the very basics of OOPS and C++, so that at least you know why we use C++ in OOPS and how it is related to OOPS. So OOPS stands for Object-Oriented Programming System. So forget about this programming system. Let's focus on this object-oriented, something which is object-oriented. Okay, something, some model or some system is focusing on the object. Okay, so object is important for us. It is a paradigm. It means it provides such kind of a model for a language to build or software, so something like that. Maybe it is a little confusing at that point, but with the time or in subsequent lecture, you would get a clear picture on that. It provides concepts such as inheritance, that we have already discussed that we are going to cover inheritance, data binding, and polymorphism, even in the first 3 units. Uh, I want you guys to read it out with me. It is very important thing because if we can understand this, we will never forget what is OOPS or C++. In a programming language where everything is represented as an object, it is called an object-oriented programming language. More precisely, when the structure of a language is such that everything revolves around the objects, then the language is called OOPS-based language. It means when everything you have written is revolving around the object, okay, then that particular language is OOPS-based language. So I think so far we are somehow getting this feeling that what is object, because everything is revolving around object. So C++ is such a language which revolves around objects, and it provides the libraries and functions for objects. So what is an object then? This should be the question. The first thing is, if in general terms, if we say any entity is an object, any physical entity is an object, but in programming, what is an object? To think for a while. In this lecture, I'm not going to discuss this. For that, you have to wait till next lecture, and we will cover in next lecture object, and we will start the first unit in detail. Um, and at the end, I also want to say this one thing again, that don't take this subject very lightly. It could be a very good foundation if you really are interested to work in IT industry in future. Do it by your heart, and you would remember my words, the words that you would have a good foundation in future. So do it by your heart and spend enough time over this language, because you have 6 months for this semester to work upon this language. So don't just complete this subject for your theory exam. It is not such uh, a subject, okay? And one other thing I would like to say, uh, uh, it would be very great if you can provide feedback on the lectures. I would be more than happy. You can use my personal WhatsApp number, and you can tell me if my voice is not clear or something you want to add up or where we are heading. So I will be aware that where we are going and how it is going to happen in future as well. So for today, thank you so much, guys, and I hope you guys are taking care of you and your family during this pandemic. Okay, so you take care, and thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day.